Wait, if you're gonna take a picture for your passport application, you do not take a selfie. And no filters either, not that I need one. But you don't take selfies for your passport applications because they're not going to be the right size, it's not going to have the right angle of your face, and it's going to look like a melted version of the real you. So how exactly am I supposed to take a picture of myself if I can't take a selfie? Well, let me run you through the basics of taking a picture for your passport application. And the first thing is that there should only be one person in the photo, even if it's a baby or toddler, anything like that, just one person. It needs to be a color photo, and it needs to be taken within 6 months of the day you submit it. And you also have to use a clear, sharp image of your face. That means it has to be properly exposed. There can't be any shadows, and you need to be using true skin tones. You'll have to take off your glasses even if you wear them all the time. Now, there are some exceptions to that rule, but you're going to need a signed statement by your doctor declaring why you can't remove your glasses. So they want you to have a plain white or an off-white background of yourself, and they don't want any digital alterations of the photo made. So you can't like just crop yourself out and then put yourself in front of a white background. You actually have to have a white background or an off-white background next to you. And for digital alterations, they even don't want you removing things like the red eye effect. But in terms of your clothing, they don't want any military green shirts, they don't want any camouflage, and they don't want anything that could be interpreted as like a military uniform. Now, the rule about removing glasses applies to things like hats and headdresses as well. Now, again, there are some exceptions to that. There are some religious exceptions, for example, but you have to have a signed statement saying why you can't take off your hat or headdress. Same thing if you need like a doctor's note for your hat or headdress that you're wearing, you have to have a signed medical reason for that. And the one restriction they'll have on that is that your full face must be visible, and your hat or your head covering cannot cover up any part or even create shadows on your face. Now, when it comes to facial jewelry, you don't have to remove it all as long as it doesn't cover your face. They want to see a nice neutral face with eyes open, pointed forward, looking at the camera. Let me demonstrate. Now, you can smile a little, but the eyes must be open and it has to be a natural, unexaggerated smile. Now, if you're applying for a baby, it can be really hard to get them to actually look at the camera with their eyes open and forward, so they are an exception to the rule. And I guess I would just suggest if you are applying for a baby, make sure you just have them lie on their back on a white sheet. That's going to be your best chance to get your best picture of them. Now, you do have to print your picture on a very specific type of paper. It has to be matte or glossy photo quality paper. It has to be 2 by 2 inches with the head centered in it and sized between 1 and 1.4 inches. And that would be measured from here to here in the photo. Now, the photo does need to be undamaged except for the staples that go into it. Now, when you staple it onto the paper, you want to make sure that you're stapling vertically in each of the corners as close to the outer edge as possible. And hey, if you're still trying to get your passport as fast as possible, just click this video right here.